I'm just maybe looking for just a little bit more energy. I know it's been a grind camp, but I was maybe looking, just a little bit more juice. We had a bunch of guys out. They usually kind of bring some of that energy. A lot of it just precautionary. But I thought there was a lot of good physical contact. We had 2 kids get banged up, which was obviously frustrating for us and for them. But there was back and forth. We protected the ball on offense till the end. We threw the pick. We had a couple big plays. I think the defense got to the quarterback when they needed to. Kicking, I didn't like the kicking in the line situation. So there's some good, some bad. We'll watch the tape. And the biggest thing we did today was we wanted to make sure a lot of the young guys, the freshmen, got a chance to go against the ones or in with the ones. So maybe it wasn't as always clean as we wanted. But, we need to know who can play. And we need to know it right now. So that was a goal of the scrimmage, just like an NFL preseason game, to less execution, more evaluate the personnel. But I thought not a ton of penalties. It was pretty clean.
Who got banged up out there?
Javelin went down in pre-practice. Obviously he's coming off the torn ACL. We'll wait and see what that is. That was, heart goes to him right now. Just kind of sick for him. Hopefully he'll be okay. And then Will Hayes, got hit on the leg, so we'll have to wait and see what Will's injury is.
Looked like you had Lenny and Tim out there a lot in the first half. You just trying to get those guys reps, or was Connor did he hurt his thumb? Or?
No, Connor was fine. We went 1s, 2s, 3s. So PJ took the 1s, Connor took the 2s, and those guys split the 3s. Mm-hmm. And then I let Connor go with the 1s one time. He threw that 99-yard touchdown, and let those other guys go with the 2s. And I made Lenny live one time because, when you come out here, our quarterbacks, they don't get hit. So, you have a tendency to sit there and pat the ball forever. It's a bad habit. So, we made Connor live one spring. PJ was obviously live last season as a true freshman. Wanted to see what Lenny could do with lights going. I thought he showed real toughness down there, running the ball, throwing the ball. So, we know what Lenny is on tape in high school. It doesn't always show up in practice because he needs that other element of running, making people miss, and he was definitely doing it out there today. So I think Lenny took a step today.
How important do you think it is to get those guys reps now so they can get in the
It's absolutely, it's vital. And you know what? Tim DeGiorgio went out there, threw a touchdown.
I think he threw 2 touchdowns, didn't he?
Yeah, but out there, I'm not more of an administrator, but Timmy has a great feel for the game, and the biggest thing for him is just getting him caught up to speed on what to do. And so we want to have, obviously with Frankie's injury, we want to have 4 scholarship. Not 4 quarterbacks who can go in and play, and that's what Tim showed today, that he can do some things, and we'll have to just keep accelerating his progress.
Looked like you rotated the running backs a good amount today. Looked like Hassan Dixon had a good day.
Yeah. I didn't give Kenny a ton of reps. I know what Kenny can kind of do. I want to see the other guys. Hassan had some big runs early with the 3s, against the 3rd defense. So I wanted to get him in there against the 1s and with the 1s and 2s and see what it looked like when he's going against the same guys the other guys are going against. Hassan has tremendous speed. He's got burst, so if he breaks it, he has a chance to go. So I thought it was a real step forward for him today in terms of knowing what to do and not jittering, just hitting that thing and using what God gave him, which is true speed. So go back, watch the tape, and see what it looked like when it was against the 1s.
I was going to say, how did you think he looked against the 1s and 2s?
Well, he was in there, and I don't know that we, I don't never know if it's blocking or what. He didn't have the, kind of look like the other guys with the 1s. So, the big thing is he has speed. So just continue to bring Hassan along and find a way to get him the ball in these scrimmages and show us if he can do it or not.
Which side of the ball is Jahad Fetler?
He's been playing receiver, and that was his choice. He wanted to move. He felt like that was a better position for him. We're kind of thin at safety right now with Will going down. Jaquise Thomas went down, so Brett might have to do double duty for us, to get us through. So he was running, I think, out there at slot receiver. He was running with the 2s and 3s and kind of getting his feet wet at receiver.
What do you think about Sean Chandler? It looks like he's.
He has a pick a day. You know what I mean? So. Sean's a good player, and we knew that, but he's showing he can make plays. Now I have to go back and see, is he getting beat on plays as well? But
right.
But he's ended the last two minutes with a pick for a touchdown. So I think we have a good winning champ, and he's focused and driven. He pays attention, and so it's when you have a talented young kid and he really wants to be good and he's willing to put the work in to be good, then you got something. And so I think we have it in champ.
Obviously a little early still, but do you see that those that D-back core is kind of gelling together a little bit early?
Not really yet. I mean, I think they're all really kind of fighting for jobs. It would be one thing if we knew who the starters were, then we'd worry about their chemistry and continuity. But we have guys fighting. Tavon wants to play. Kyrie Lucas wants to play. Champ wants to play. Anthony Davis. Those guys all want to play. Jahad Thomas has had a good camp. So those guys all want to play, and so they have to go out there and show us. in scrimmages, and you know, in these situations. So it'll be a great tape for us to learn from.
Where are you with the kicking game, Matt? Do you have anything? I know nothing's etched in stone. But where are you with field goals, kickoff?
Yeah. I don't know, to be quite honest. We have to go back and watch it. You know, we got out in the live situations, and you know, we missed a field goal. I think Mays kicked a big one. He's really been kicking well, and you know, Austin had one blocked, which I don't ever put that on them. You know, I put that on the other guys. But I thought he kicked the ball well, but went to the team period at the end. So for a freshman, he has a lot of poise. So I don't know. To be quite honest, I have to go back and watch the tape and see exactly who's doing what their operation times are. That's always a big part of it. You know, some guys can make it through if they go real slow, but who's doing it the way we need it done? And hopefully we'll make some decisions here about them coming out of today.
Jalen looked good. You talking about him today?
Yeah. Jalen's been focused. Jalen has been going 100 miles an hour, and you know, he's done some good work inside. He's done some great work outside. So, you know, having him bring that big play threat is exactly what we need. And so, you know, it's always great when your seniors are saying, "Hey, I want to play my best football."
What are your expectations for Jalen this season?
I expect him to be a leader, and I expect him to be a dynamic threat. You know, I mean, and I challenge our staff. You know, I want Sat to get him the ball where he can be a dynamic threat. I want to put the ball in his hands and get him going. So, you know, there were times last year we threw the ball out there and he'd make a guy miss and get 6-7 yards and we couldn't get it back to him. And I want that. I want to get the ball back to him and really let him be, you know, one of the finer inside receivers in the conference.
It seems like you, every time we talk, you seem to have a lot of really good things to say about Khalif, but he runs with the twos a lot. Do you think that's kind of just because of wide receiver depth, or is there something going on there?
No, he's been great. It's just, you know, practice. You know what I mean? We just kind of roll those guys. You know, even the slot. You know, we have a lot of receivers. We have Jalen. We have John Christopher, who, you know, no one's made more plays than JC over the last year, and then we have Khalif as well. So, just getting them in there and letting them roll. You know, to me, the ones and the twos for the skill guys are kind of the same thing. You know, it's the O-line, the running backs behind them. That's a little different because you have to run behind either the first line or second line with the receivers. Even at the end of 2 minutes, you know, John was running with the twos. So I just get him in there, get him as many reps, get him catching balls from Connor and PJ, both of whom are good quarterbacks, and let him go. Good question.
Where are you with Colin? When you expect to get him out there?
Thompson? Yeah, I think it's gonna be a slow process, just, you know, getting him comfortable. But you know, he's been running and you know, he's on his way back. So I think it's a little bit ways away, probably. It's just, you know, one thing that's great here is, you know, we have great doctors, great trainers. They're all independent of us. You know, they just tell us, hey, here's when he's coming back. And so I just kind of turned it over to you know, Temple physicians, you know, Dr. Stewards and Al, and you know, they'll get him back, you know. But he's a tough kid. He's a strong kid. He's a smart kid. Great kid. You know, just a fantastic. Colin Thompson's a great kid. I'm happy to have him here, and he wants to get out there as soon as possible. So we're just kind of playing it slow and seeing when he's ready.
Matt Eaton, where is he?
Matt Eaton got hurt last practice, so hurt his knee. An MCL sprain. He'll be back in a week, you know, so he's healthy. So, you know, over here today, receivers, you know, Sam Benjamin, who's played a lot of football for us, he didn't play today. Still just from that injury, you know, we don't want him to get hit yet. Next week he'll be live.
Was it collarbone?
He broke his collarbone last fall and then again in the spring, so he had surgery in the spring. So he didn't do anything today. Lamont Deloach didn't do anything today. Keith Kirkwood didn't do anything today. And then Matt Eaton didn't do anything in Project Game. That's 5 receivers that weren't out there today. So I think there's a lot more firepower that's out there that we just haven't even had a chance to you know, use in the scrimmage, you know. So we have to be err on the side of caution.
Well, how important is it then to get your tight ends involved? And what have you seen out of them? Since you haven't had a lot, like you just said, you know, a lot of receivers.
Yeah, Omuso's been really good. He's a great blocking tight end, can catch the ball, does good things. Sal Major is doing a nice job for us. Obviously, Colin is hurt. Kip Patton, as a true freshman, is going to be a good player. I don't know if he's ready yet, but Kip's going to be a really good player. And so, you know, just those two guys have brought some toughness. We can line up and run the ball downhill with them. So our tight ends have played well. You know, Cole Boozer's coming along as a young guy. So I think we have a couple of good guys that they can block. Chris Myrick, you know, walked on this year from Cheltenham High School, and Chris is going to play here. He's a good player. So I mean, it's great when we have high quality, you know, football players that made a decision to walk on here, and then they can help us. You know, Ryan Alden was out there at the end. I had brought the team up and said, you know, hey guys, you want to talk about, you know, our walk-ons valued here? Is this a great opportunity? Look at this guy, Ryan Alderman, you know, left as the, you know, scholar athlete in football in the conference, left as, you know, 40 catches as a senior, a captain. So Chris Myrick looks like the next one in that 215 program that can really help us.
Okay, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Matt.